And there's going to be an announcement video for the Build Challenge Delta. This has been going on for coming on a week now. Somebody had asked if I had done a video yet, and I had not, so I decided I might do this in case somebody would like to listen to me read the challenge to you. So this is the Build Challenge Delta. This challenge to build an amphibious aircraft, air, sea, land-based challenge. This is to be a plane/helicopter. Keep that in mind, plane/helicopter. So you can build a seaplane, or you can build an amphibious helicopter. Amphibious is the key word here. It needs to be able to operate on air, sea, and land. Amphibians are it's a term that's specific to aviation regulations on what amphibious aircraft, or they have their own regulations in the FAR-AIM. So keep that in mind. So think a helicopter that can land in the water, land on the land, and can also operate in the air, of course. Same thing with an airplane. You can't just build a seaplane that only lands on the water. It has to also land on the land. So you'll need some sort of wheels. Helicopters can just land and do hover taxi. That's fine. Spirit of the challenge to build a plane helicopter that operates in all three regimes, air, sea, and land. Keep this in mind, plane helicopter. That's the spirit of the challenge, is plane helicopter. Build size will be limited to the large blue hangar at FJ Warner. That's the largest of the airplane hangars. That way you don't have to do folding wings and a bunch of nonsense like that. I will start the flight at the FJ Warner hangar. I will taxi it out of the hangar. I will take off. I will land on the sea. We'll go into how I'm doing that in a second. Infinite electricity and fuel off, so you have to make sure your electricity and your fuel are all connected. Vehicle damage will be on. Buoyancy glitches will be allowed. Rocket motor and pivot. Rocket motor and pivot. Rocket motor and pivot. Rocket motor and pivot. I'm a broken record because that is the only buoyancy glitches that will be allowed are rocket motor and pivot. So keep that in mind. Reason for that is so you can build some more realistic looking seaplanes. When I built my seaplane, there's a video out on that recently. You can watch that. I show how I use the rocket motors for buoyancy. You can also check the buoyancy tutorial for pivots. XML, cosmetic, and buoyancy. So this is the first one where you can do something like buoyancy, as stated above. Size, whatever will fit in the blue hangar. Power, anything but glitches and infinity. So you can't have infinite generation. It has to actually, you have to use your engineering prowess to make an engine that actually runs. Cost $100,000. That's just so that you don't have to have, money constraints really. Of course you could build something that was $250,000 if you wanted, but I've had some somewhat restrictive costs before, and this one's a little bit more open. Testing methodology. I will launch the plane/helicopter at FJ Warner, the blue hangar. I will take off from the runway at FJ. So a helicopter, if you don't want to put wheels on there, I can do what's known as a hover taxi. Again, that's a term in the FAR-AIM. You'd be cleared to hover taxi. That would actually be hovering, and you go over the taxiways, and then you take off where they tell you to. I will land in the water and taxi around and see how it behaves in the water. So I will be moving the vehicle on the water to see how it behaves. So seaplane, I'll be taxiing around. I'll steer because, again, you're going to want to be able to dock this. Helicopter, same thing. Helicopters do taxi on the water. They use their rotors for taxiing. I will take off in the water and land at FJ Warner. So I'll take off again to make sure it can take off in the water, and I will land. So you'll get both a takeoff and a landing on the water and on the runway. So grading, spirit of the challenge. How well does it conform to the spirit of the challenge? 1 to 10. Human factors. How well am I able to interact with it? Handling in the air. How well does it fly? Handling taxi. How well does it taxi on land and sea? Workshop page. 1 to 10. There'll be a points winner, a captain's favorite, and a community favorite. You can win community favorite. You can win. You can win more than once. You can't win more than once with points. And captain's favorite, I don't pick the same one for my favorite. Community favorite can be whatever the community wants. I don't cut out any of the winners. I let the community pick their favorite. Winners will be featured in the end credits of the video for a month, and winners will have Discord roles added. Let's see if I can find somebody on here with some roles. Right here, Mr. Black Beaver, Mr. G, you see a purple. That is a specific role if you are a build challenge winner. As you can see right here, build challenge winner, that gets added on to you. Rules will be open for discussion for posting of this announcement till 4/20, 4/23, so that's over. I always have an open discussion period where you can go in there and discuss. And if I'm going to do any changes, some people had asked for some changes. I decided not to. I went with the initial rules. So again, as you can see, rules are locked. So what I recommend is if you come in here and you see rules locked and you see the date and the time, then that tells you the rules are locked. So they will be this. I will go in there and change, and I annotate them if I change them. I didn't end up changing anything on this. And I went through here where the discussion and clarification. If you click on this tab, build challenge rules, discussion and clarification, you can get any clarification. So if you're confused about something, ask it in here, and I will answer. Build challenge discussion. Here is where people can post their builds, ask for help, and just generally discuss. Post submissions. This, as you can see, is closed. It was closed on 3/18 of the last challenge, and it will be reopened somewhat close to the date of the end. I don't open it early because I often will get somebody who worked 2 minutes on a build and they put it in the first day, and so I'm not doing that. So it's kind of towards the end. Try to get people to put some good effort in there. And then build voting will be open. This is community voting. This is after the video comes out. You can see that. And here's the voice chat. So that is build challenge Delta. I didn't actively do a video where I built one because I previously, probably within the week before I came out with the challenge, I had just built a seaplane. So thought I'd put this video out here for a little bit more exposure. Some people had wondered if there was a video, and I can in a video I can kind of clarify the rules a little bit more. And as you can see, when I said this multiple times, that is important. So keep that in mind. There is a wheel glitch people use for buoyancy. As you notice, it's not in there. It's not in there. It's not allowed. So and if you're not sure, go to rules clarification and ask, and that way I can answer it. So I hope you guys found that interesting. Hope you enjoy the challenge, and we'll see you in there.